Today we're going to be talking about ropefish, which are my favorite tropical fish.
Snakes.
Fish.
Water snakes.
Fish.
Whatever.
Hello.
Hey, how are you?
Like I said, today we are going to be talking about ropefish, which are my favorite, and they are also a species that a lot of people are interested in, but everybody's kind of afraid to get.
Because they look like snakes.
No, because they're escape artists. But yeah, she's not wrong. They do look like snakes. They
Like
look
little,
scary.
they look like little snaky eel looking things.
Yeah,
but they're actually very cool.
Yeah, that's what.
I'm just teasing her.
They look dangerous and
Yeah.
they look like eels, and so people are nervous about getting them. Now they are not a beginner fish.
Right.
They're not like her damn guppies.
Whatever. Got my guppies too.
Yeah. They're not like her guppies. They are a fish for more experienced aquarists. Half of that is just being able to contain them.
Contain them, yeah, because they can breathe air. I know
Yes,
that. I remember that.
Yes.
Yeah. So
ropefish, they are a member of the Bircher family. I think that's how you pronounce it. Forgive me if I'm wrong.
Mr. Captions will tell you.
Yeah. But they do have a primitive set of lungs, so they can live outside of the tank. Not forever, but for a few hours. And they are also incredibly curious. And so you'll see a lot of people talk about, oh, ropefish, you have to have the tightest lid possible because they will sneak out of their tank and go raid your refrigerator or something. I've heard people talk about how ropefish are really good escape artists, but a lot of it is because they are curious.
Yeah.
If your water level is high at the top of the tank, like a lot of people keep their aquariums, a ropefish can very easily slip right out of there.
Right.
And
just
they're
because
not,
they can.
Yeah, they're not trying to, oh, I got to get away from my human. They're curious.
They're like, hey, what's over here?
Mm-hmm.
Oops, shoot, that hurt.
I mean, even when we do a tank change with the ropefish, we put them in a little kiddie pool and we have the ornaments. They're just coming out of the ornaments in the air. Hi, how are you doing? Go back in. I've got footage of that.
Yeah.
But that's why they have a horrible reputation for being escape artists, is because they are damn curious. If they can get into something, they will. So you're going to constantly have to watch out for ornaments and caves.
And that's why you give them a lot of activities
Yes.
and you move the stuff around to give them
Because
enrichment.
They are very,
I don't have to
very
do that with
curious.
guppies. Guppies could care less.
Yeah, ropefish definitely do show a higher level of intelligence.
Right,
than guppies.
absolutely. Yeah.
They are very intelligent. They are
Snakes.
Yeah, they're not snakes. They just look like them.
I know.
But basically, when you start out with ropefish, you always want to have at least two because they are also community fish. If you have just one, unless he's got an awful lot to do and you keep him occupied, you're never going to see him.
Right, he'll hide.
He'll hide.
Right.
I usually keep at least 4 at a time. Right now I've got 6.
Not my fault.
Totally her fault.
It was.
In any event, they're not cheap fish. I mean, usually you can get them between $20 and $30 when they're younger. They are not bred in captivity. Every ropefish that you have is caught wild. They do not breed well in captivity, so you can throw a bunch of them together and not worry about having way too many later on. They are almost impossible to breed in captivity. Now, what they need, they do have specific needs. And the first thing is that they need caves. They like to hide. That's how they feel safe. If you've got more than one, you will see them frequently, out. You don't have to worry about putting a cave in and never seeing them. If you have more than one, they will come out, swim around, dance, explore, do all kinds of crazy stuff. One will tend to hide, especially if he's intimidated by anything else you have in the tank. You don't want to keep them with anything that's too big that might look at them as if they were a snack, but they are also predatory. So you don't want to keep tiny fish. Like, I can't keep her guppies in my ropefish tank. There'd be no more guppies.
Right. For the bigger ropefish would probably go after them.
Yeah, ropefish are predatory.
Right. That's why, when you put the baby frogs and the tadpoles and the baby minnows, the little tiny fish, they scoop them right up.
Yeah.
So.
Now, because they're predatory, their diet is a little bit different too. Now, I have heard of people feeding them flakes, and they learn to eat those, but they're not happy about that. What I feed mine are mealworms in a can. You can also get dried mealworms and rehydrate them, but they need proteins. They need nice chompy proteins. I grab tadpoles whenever I can, throw them in for my ropefish. They absolutely love them. So you want like shrimp also work.
Right.
You want shrimp. You want like if you can get the little
I was gonna say we put shrimp in there a couple of times.
Ghost shrimp, tadpoles, the mealworms, bloodworms for the younger ones because ropefish when they're young they're only about yay big. They can't eat a whole mealworm, but they can eat the bloodworms. So grab a few frozen bloodworms, throw a cube in there, and you'll have some happy ropefish. But they, I have heard of them eating flakes, but they just aren't healthy like that. They look like shit. The ones I saw that were being flake fed. Okay. So you definitely do want to give them a nice, rich, hearty protein. Okay. With their tank levels, they are a tropical fish. So you're going to want to keep them at around between about 76 and 80.
74 lowest, 76 is normal. 76 to 80 is normal.
I keep mine at about 78.
Yeah, 78 is a good standard temperature.
Yeah, I keep mine at about 78, and they seem to be happy. If they're feeling sluggish or if they're looking sluggish, you probably need to jack up your temperature a little bit. You don't want to get it too hot though. Ropefish also have their little. It's a mating dance, even though they don't breed well in captivity. It's kind of ingrained in their DNA to do this dance. You've seen it.
I have.
It's amazingly adorable. They just kind of just all over the place.
It's very pretty. It's very pretty, actually. Honestly,
ropefish are a lot of fun.
Not a fish I would ever want to own because, like she said, there are a lot of they are
a specialty fish.
Specialty fish, not something I'd ever. Me personally, I mean, I like yours, but
once
I wouldn't own them on my
once
own.
you get used to them and you have a good established tank for them, they're not that difficult as long as you remember. Like I always keep my tank 3/4 filled. I never fill it to the top because I know how curious they are.
Right, and you also have a heavy lid.
Yeah, I also have a heavy lid, but they can get right out of that.
Yeah, they can. There's a couple spaces.
If they wanted to.
But if they wanted to, there's a couple of spaces. I know.
Right now, here's something I do with my ropefish that a lot of people don't, but I've just found it easier in case of emergency, and that's I handle mine.
Yep.
All of mine, when I got them, they were immediately, they get used to my hand holding them, they get used to me playing with them in the water. I've got some that'll come out and wrap around my fingers. They're very curious. They know I'm not going to hurt them. The reason why I got them used to me handling them is in the event that one of them does get out. I don't want to stress it out. I want to be able to pick it up off the floor without it stressing out. Because if I find one on the floor, it means it's probably been there for a little bit and it's probably already stressing, going, oh, great, now how do I get back up in the tank? So I try not to stress them out. They are fairly hardy fish, but I don't want any problems with them. So all of mine are hand trained. Now you don't want to hand feed them because they do have teeth, but they are extremely docile.
Yours are, at least. I don't know if everybody's are.
I have never met an aggressive ropefish ever. Okay. I mean, I've kept ropefish before.
Challenge accepted. No,
I've kept ropefish before. I had ropefish like 20-some years ago. Okay. And then I started it again about 6 years ago. I started up with them again. They are very docile towards humans. Now they are aggressive towards smaller fish because they will want to eat them, but they know they can't eat you.
Right.
And if you're
because they don't mess with Roomba in the tank ever.
No, they're
she's much bigger than them, and they will dance around her and play with her, and they show no aggression whatsoever towards her.
Yeah, because Roomba was brought up with them. Roomba being a chocolate or a rhino crocodileco, but she was brought up with them. But they do like friends. They are very inquisitive and playful. They're constantly trying to play with things, and if I'm in there, like when I can't use a regular tank vacuum in there.
One of the suction types?
Yeah, the suction types, because every time I try, they try to play telephone booth with it. They all go up
into the tube, they're like, hey, what's this thing? Right up.
I mean, I put a net in there to catch one of the cories, and I've got 3 ropefish jumping in the net. They're just...
very curious.
Yes, but if you do interact with them, then they're out there more. You'll see them more. Right. That's one thing I've noticed. Right. Is mine are constantly out because they're used to me. They're not,
Right. They hear people and they're like, hey. What you doing?
Mm-hmm. No, I don't think they know their names, but
Yeah, they don't know their individual names, but they do come out. They're very curious when they hear people talking and people are sitting out here in the koi room. So,
or if I got my hands in there and I'm moving
Right.
ornaments or something, they're all.
or
like,
even if
"Mom."
you're in the other tank, I've noticed even if she's in the other tank messing around with the other fish, they come over to the side where she's at and like, hey, what are you doing over there? Why aren't you over here with us?
Yeah.
It's really kind of cute to watch them because they're like, hey, yoo-hoo, mom. It's cute.
Yeah. Yeah, no,
But they are cool.
Yeah, all of mine are named after sea monsters. So.
Of course they are.
So they've got these terrifying names, and they are some of the most friendly and docile fish we have.
Of course they are.
Yeah, so we've got like Medusa. Let's see, we've got Tiamat, Yarmangandar, Medusa, Bunyip, Njord, and Ram.
Yeah.
And they're all
Yeah.
named after these terrifying creatures, and they are such
Of course they are.
sweethearts.
Of course they are. But yeah, if you have any questions about Ropefish, like, subscribe, share, comment below. We'd love to hear it. If you own Ropefish, we'd love to hear about that as well. She loves to talk to other people with Ropefish. They're like I said, they're kind of cool to watch for me.
Yeah,
I
they're
enjoy
fun.
watching them. They're really fun to watch.
And I
So
love the fact that they're smart.
I'm sure they are very smart.
Well, you've
yeah.
seen
I don't have
them.
guppies guppies are not smart.
Yeah, they do have their own personalities, and they
Yeah.
are very intelligent.
And each one's different.
Inquisitive.
Yeah, yeah, different. They have different personalities. I mean, it's
Yeah,
kind
I
of cute
mean,
to
they
watch.
all look the same except for their sizes, because we've got
Right.
different sizes, but they all look the same, but I can tell one from the other just by how they act.
Just by how they're acting.
Mhm.
Yeah, and very interesting. But again, if you have any questions, like, subscribe, share, comment below. And again, go to our shops. We have the Etsy shop, and then we have the graphic shop.
Yep.
And we'll let Shiva tell you all about those.
Yes, the graphics, yeah, both the links are below. The graphic shop is where we have like our t-shirts, mugs, anything that, our little prints, and we've got some comedic shirts there as well.
Yeah.
It's also where you can get our no bowls collection. Spread the word, don't put goldfish in bowls, because
Right.
that makes us all crazy. No, it makes you go.
I'm just teasing. Go ahead.
You've seen that horrible thing.
I know. But anyway, talk about shop. We
yeah.
want to make koi rana.
Yeah, now we also have our Etsy shop, which is the Fishy Shop. And that's where you can find all of the ornaments that we make. We make them all here. They're all made with aquarium safe resin. We have all kinds of designs, and we keep coming up with new ones, or more specifically, this bitch keeps volunteering me for new designs.
Because I know she has it in her to make them. And see me throw you in. I pick colors too. I help with
One of these days I'm going to teach you how to make them.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
that would
teach
be
you
kind of
how to
cool.
cast.
But no,
Yeah.
I always suggest, because I'm like, hey, maybe you can make this, and maybe you can make that, and then I actually say it online, and then she's kind of stuck trying.
Yeah, it's like thanks for committing.
But we really committing you, not
Yeah.
me. We really do want to make koi rana, so the more we sell, the better chance we have of making it quicker, because we really do want to make it. We really are indie filmmakers on the side, and koi rana is one of our dream projects.
Yeah. one of
So
our
if
passion
we can sell
projects.
some stuff on Etsy, we will definitely make koi rana. So and
Yeah.
go on some field trips. Field trips are always fun too.
Yeah, field trips are fun.
So
And believe me, I'm going to be getting even with your ass on the field trips.
have
I'm throwing her ass to the sharks.
great. No comprendo inglés. But anyway, like, subscribe, share, comment below, and we would love to hear from you. Have a nice day.
Night.
You said
Day.
night too.
Night, day, whatever.
Whatever.
Bye.
Bye.